On the spot news media, we got the latest news. We don't care about the views, we just representing right. Put local news internationally every night. On the spot, wave that Jamaican flag from left to right. Let's get it right, y'all know the type. We ain't dealing with the hype, we make it take flight.
Yeah man, my viewers and subscribers, what go on? A blessed and wonderful Friday morning to each and every person out there tuning into On The Spot News Media. Now my peeps, I don't know how we do it over on this side each and every morning. We have to give thanks and praise to the Most High Creator for the preservation of life, because life is indeed the greatest. So in the morning, my peeps, I have a few stories to share with you, the regular members of Chan Public, and also members of the diaspora. So please like the video, share the video, watch the entire vlog so you can get a full understanding and a better appreciation of everything we are going in a Jamaica. So to the name Friday, the day when Mr. Smichael smile upon some of the ones and ones them pocket. So whilst traversing the streets, me I talk about from Moran Point to Negril Point. Safe travel, pon the gravel, and as always, continuously look out on the corner here, cause the old dirty corner boy them always out there lurks. So we're gonna kick it off over there in the violence-prone, crime-riddled, war-torn Clarendon Police Division. So 2 elderly UK residents were held up and robbed in Clarendon Park, Clarendon on Tuesday night, shortly after arriving on the island. The people them never settle good yet, and criminal elements carried out this brazen attack on the 2 elderly. The 2 retirees, ages 82 years old and 71 years old, were robbed along with a woman after their vehicle developed a flat tire. So the police report suggests that the elderly couple arrived at the Norman Manley International Airport in Kingston from England and were picked up by a woman in a grey Toyota Noah motor vehicle. They left the airport en route to Mandeville, Manchester, but developed a puncture and stopped in Clarendon Park. So the police reports basically suggest that whilst they were there at Clarendon Park awaiting assistance, a grey-coloured motor vehicle stopped and men from that motor vehicle inquired about their situation and also informed them that a tire shop was just a little bit down the street, so they could seek assistance there. Then that motor vehicle with those men that inquired about their situation drove off. It is said that the same car then returned shortly after and 2 men reportedly alighted from that motor vehicle which was parked near the roadway. The men approached the Noah that had the retirees sitting, and one of the men brandished a long knife. He held onto one of the retirees and took an envelope containing £6,000 and 60,000 Jamaican dollars. The other retiree was robbed of 2 Samsung cell phones valuing £250 each, a Samsung Xperia valuing £100 and a piece of luggage. The woman was also robbed of a pouch containing her driver's license, bank cards, and about 8,000 Jamaican dollars. The police stated that the culprits then ran aboard the motor vehicle and sped off in the direction of Porus. Now my peeps, a whole heap of time I taught this on the program. There is so much Jamaicans living abroad that would want to return to their island home after living and working in some of these cold countries for so long, but is definitely fearful of making any sort of investment or returning back to their homeland because of the criminal elements, the old dirty kind of boy them who continues to prey upon the regular members of Chan Public. Now can you imagine how traumatized the 2 retirees are? One 82 years old and one 71 years of age, returning back home after living abroad for many years, and this is the greeting that they got. Boy, may I tell you, the thing rough out of John shop there. And still in the violence-prone parish of Clarendon, a woman end up get can up, losing her 3 points, and 2 others seriously injured after criminal elements launched an attack whilst they were playing a game of bingo. The deceased woman is presently on your screen. She has since been identified as 37-year-old Taro Fullerton. She was among a group of friends at a shop in Bottom Hills Hall in Clarendon about 5:10 p.m. when they were approached by these criminal elements. The police report stated that the victims were engaged in a game when a silver Axio motor car drove up and a man alighted from that motor vehicle brandishing a handgun. He then opened gunfire, hitting all 3 victims before escaping in the waiting motor vehicle. It was subsequently discovered that Fullerton received multiple corner wounds all over her upper body and head. The other 2 women received corner wounds to their hands and feet. They were all taken to the hospital where Fullerton succumbed to her injuries whilst the others received treatment. The police report also stated that investigations have so far revealed that Fullerton was the intended target of that brutal attack. The police says that they are following strong leads, adding that a breakthrough in this case is expected soon. So my peeps, the knockings and clappings continues. Yeah, man. So we are going to kick it off now, my peeps, over there in Western Jamaica, where you know, say, On The Spot News Media definitely I try to cover everything on the grounds in the parish of St. James. Now, the police in St. James have released a recording of 3 persons that are deemed wanted by them. Now, for the past couple of days, we see a series of knockings and clappings are going on, and some reprisal knockings and clappings because of previous knockings and clappings. So over there in Mount Salem, the first one going Monday. Then of course them get one Wednesday in Dumfries. Both double knockings and clappings is related. Then them get another one Thursday. That is of a man known as Clive. Clive, however, is the father and also the stepfather of 2 known Nakis and Clappis. We're going to get to that shortly. Now, the St. James police have released the names of 3 men who they believed were involved in 2 separate double homicides in the parish this week. They have been asked to turn themselves over to the Freeport police with immediate effect. 2 of the men have been identified as Tevin Lawson, otherwise known as Brocken, of a Ketan Lane address, and also Nesta Gallimore, otherwise known as Zado, of a Granville address. The commanding officer for the St. James Police Division, Senior Superintendent Vernon Ellis, had this to say. Listen.
Tevin Lawson, O.C. Brocken, is a person of interest in the double murder that took place on Crawford Street on Monday of this week. Lester Gallimore, O.C. Zado, is a person of interest in the double murder that took place in Canaan, Adelphi, yesterday morning. Jadine Henry of Canaan, you are a person of interest in the double murder that took place in Canaan District yesterday. You are to turn yourself into the police at Freeport by 12 midday on the 11th of May 2023.
So, Senior Superintendent of Police Vernon Ellis, since the time has expired for those culprits, those criminal elements, the old dirty kind of boy them, returning themselves to you at the Freeport police station, I think since them not do that, it's time to send out the elite squad of Officer Yeman Pick and team. Yeah, man. Figure see if them can accost these criminal elements and take them in, whether walkout or chalk-out style, whichever style they may prefer. So let me give you a full breakdown of all of what has been taking place. Now on Monday, when time this brother here presently on your screen known as Gavin Ellis, otherwise known as Butty, and him criminal element friend known as Bow Downer, but more popularly known in the criminal underworld as Evil. They were taken out in a hail of bullets by this man and his cronies presently on your screen. The man who the senior superintendent labeled as wanted, Tevin Lawson, otherwise known as Broken. Now this criminal element has other criminal affiliates and associates. So the two will lose for them 3 points down at Dumfries. The man known as Andre Brown, otherwise known as Powerman, and also Romain Melville, otherwise known as Rhythmfoot, are said to be close affiliates to that of Broken. Hence the reason why the man them go circle them and dirt settings was the order of the day. So after them 2 man they end up lose them 3 points and immediate reprisal go on again, but this time on Broken's family. Now Broken father / stepfather, it is said that Clive Lawson is not his biological father. But as the old Jamaican saying says, if you want the cow, you have to take the calf with the cow. And she was heavily pregnant when she met Clive Lawson. Now Clive Lawson gave him his last name, hence the name Tevin Lawson. But Broken has a smaller brother who is also a known criminal element, a real old dirty kind of boy that has the same name as his father, Clive Lawson. Now the Lawson brothers are lawless and out there as real knackis and clappies. I did vlogs covering Unbroken from 2 years back to present. So you know, see a long time this criminal element here are going with a bagga bangarang. So whilst the Freeport police may have the name of Tevin Lawson correct as a known knackis and clappies, they're missing other key individuals that is heavily involved in what is taking place in the Salem community. Now on your screen is one such person, a man known as Steve, one of Broken right hand knackis and clappies that is rather young and fresh in the business, but definitely a knackis and clappies within his own right. The entire Salem community need to come out and open their mouth, because you're not going to find say a lot of elderly just like Clive who might not directly involved in the knockings and clappings are going to lose them 3 points. Don't sit and wait until it comes knocking on your door, because Clive have 2 sons when a total badness, total bangarang. Hence the reason why Clive met his demise. Yeah, man. Now on your screen is another controversial figure that is heavily involved in what is happening in the Salem community. This man is known in the criminal underworld as Shortman or Short Dan. It is said that this criminal element is affiliated to the 2 deceased men that lost their lives on Monday, known as Butty and Evil. Yeah, man. Now there's also a female who is heavily involved in the criminal activities being perpetrated against people in the Salem community. I'm gathering some more vital and credible information before that whole Krasmite is brought to light. So as always, my peeps, behind all of these criminal enterprises, there is always a female that is one of the driving force in their successes. And this Krasmite that I spoke of will also be exposed in short order. Now a message to the St. James Police and members of the JCF at large. Whilst you all continue to do your jobs and seek after these known criminal elements, What of their criminal supporters, such as the girlfriends whose homes a lot of them sleep at nights, whose homes a lot of these weapons are stored? What of those females who are heavily involved that plays a critical part in their criminal organization? We have not seen or heard of females being taken into custody and prosecuted for the roles they have played in advancing these criminal elements to prominence. You need to start target a lot of these females and send a strong signal to other females who may think it is okay because nothing now go happen. So JCF, you need to tighten up on things some more. Target the males, but also target their female accomplices. Remember the black man faction of the Klansman gang, that pastor lady known as Muma. She was one of the vital persons in that criminal organization for it to be successful. So start looking on these females closely and take some of them off the streets. Likewise, yeah man. So anyway, my peeps, a word to the wise is always sufficient. So remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned to On The Spot News Media as I continue to bring you fresh news and updates in subsequent newscast. On The Spot News Media. Yeah man.